Alright, so today we're going to talk about multi-view drawings. So the basics of it. And so what we're doing basically is we're putting our object in a glass box like this. So we can, if we drew on this, what we saw from the front, from the top, from the side, and then we unfolded it, that's how it would look on our paper. So what's in the front here, the front of the top view, is going to be on the kind of closer to the front view here, right? That's all we're doing. That way. Before I drop it. And so that part, that's there. So if you have trouble kind of seeing that, you can stick something in there and draw on it and see how it's working. I need to get some overhead markers for it. Then it'll be open for you to draw on and stuff. We're basically drawing on it and unfolding it to get our front view, top, right side, left side. Basically looking at it from that direction, and that's where that view goes. So we'll talk about kind of how it works. Today we're going to start out real simple. We're going to start with points on a plane. Start with 2 points, then work our way up to 6 points to make something that's on a plane. We're not going to. Well, next week we're going to be doing some 3D objects this way, but we'll kind of start out with the very basics today. So, did anyone figure out when descriptive geometry started?
1814.
2018.
It's old.
1765. I guess a guy named Gaspard Monge. Say. He's the one that figured out. He was doing military stuff, and people have been drawing plans for stuff forever. But he's the one that formalized it. Figured out, okay, this is how we're going to do it. This is how you have to. What you have to do to be able to find the true length of this, or the true shape. So he figured it out, and he published it. So he is the father of descriptive geometry. And that's kind of when drafting got formalized also. Because now we have the language of drawing, right? So descriptive geometry is the grammar of that language. So the grammar of drafting is descriptive geometry, how things are drawn out. So it's just finding different ways to look at things. So what were the things I talked about earlier that we're trying to find? Yeah. The true length. Yeah, true shape. What?
Edge view.
Yeah, well, you use the edge view to find the true shape. True size. What?
Distances.
Yeah. Distances between things. So if I had that line and a point here, how far are they apart? So we'd have to find the distance straight between them, right? Not what we think of from any one view. And then also angles. So angles between things. That's basically all we're doing, those 4 things. For the most part. And then we'll get into like the shade and the shadow is a little bit different. The vectors are a little bit different. But most of the actual descriptive geometry part is just finding these things. Questions? Okay. So here I've basically set it up. We have the front view, the top, here. And these lines are folding lines, or folding planes. I actually have folding lines. Folding lines. So that's where the hinge is, right? That's the hinge right here. That's where the box is turning. And so from that folding line is where we measure things. So, okay, here's the top view, here's the front view, side. And so we project points across the folding line perpendicular. So that point goes from there to there. That one goes from there to there. See how they connect? They're lined up and down, perpendicular to that folding line. If I want to take it to the side, what do I do? How should I project them? Should they go like that?
No, straight over.
Straight across, right? Perpendicular to this folding line. So perpendicular to the folding line. See how that's working? But now where are they? Where is this point on that line? This is the hardest concept that you have to deal with all semester. If you get this, everything else is easy.
Same distance from. I'm not gonna answer.
Yeah. You know, 2 views away. So if I want the distance in this view, I go 1, 2 views away. So I draw line there and a line there. I'm just going to take this line, bring it over to there, turn it 90 degrees, and stick it there. That blue line that's here, same length right there now. Make that line, turn it 90 degrees, and there, right? Because I went down, I hit the point, I turned, that's my distance. Right there. Oops. Is that where that point's supposed to be? It's supposed to be like that, right? Does that make sense at all? So this distance, same as that distance. That distance, same as that distance. Yeah.
Can we also use the offset?
Yeah. I'll show you how to do it in AutoCAD. So, doing it manually, I can do this. I can draw a circle there too, right? I can draw a circle, copy it over. So let's. Actually, with this, I can't see where the center is, though. Actually, I could. So. Making me do all the fancy stuff. Point rotation. Right? I set my size. Bring it over there. Draw a curve. Right? That's how I had to do it when I learned. The same basic thing. Set this size. Over there. Do that.
You always prefer on top to go to the bottom.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
So now I have those points. I'm just going to make a big old dot. There's those points now, right? But now I kind of need to keep track of these points, right? It'd be nice if I knew which point was which. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to label them with a small pen. A, B, A, B, A, B, right? I can get a little bit more descriptive in labeling it, right? How can I be more descriptive? This is A where?
Front of
AF. This is BF. This is AT, BT. What? Yeah. just so I know. Okay, AT. I didn't know it's in the top view. Yeah.
Why do you want those points on the side? Why did you need to copy them over?
Because maybe I want to look at the part from the side. We'll get to why as we go. Because now maybe in this one, I'm not really seeing the true length anywhere, right? But if I did went there and did a point line here, it came up parallel to the line. Now I could get it true length. So we'll talk about that next week. But yeah, I could come in a few weeks when we talk about auxiliary views. We'll talk about what you do to find true length line. But I'd have to do it at an angle, and that's an auxiliary view.
This is the how, not the why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the how. So usually for drawing, for parts, we do a top, front, and a side view. And so this is just taking it very basic. Instead of having a whole part to look at, we're just doing the points on that part. Okay? Questions? So I'll do it again. Anyone want to come do this? No?
Well, not on there.
But same basic thing, right? And something I can do is color code things. If I've got a lot of points going. If I have all the same color lines, it's going to get confusing. So maybe I'll do a yellow line for this one. Vertical line. And a green line for that one. So now I can look at the line and it's easier to see where it's coming from. So how can I do that in AutoCAD? I could make new layers for every color. Or I can just go there and do the color override, right? I can draw a line. Just pick on it, go up here to the color, and pick another color. Just like that, right? So that's fine. This class, you can override colors all you want. You can go down here to the select colors, and now you've got a lot more to work with. Okay? And I would recommend doing that. Okay? Back. That. Like that, right? Any questions on that? That's all we're going to do all semester. We'll just add more points to it. That concept right there, that's all we're doing. If you can do that, the class should be easy. Okay. So now here's another thing. Now I have a plane here, so all three of these points are on that plane somewhere. And a plane goes forever, right? Plane is defined by 3 points, goes forever. So now when I project them, I'm going to go down until it hits the plane. Down until it hits the plane. Down until it hits the plane. where it hits the plane over. Now, where do I find the distance? From the top, right? If I was trying to find the top view, and I had the side, where would I find the distances for the top view? I go back to the side, right? See? If I want this, I go here. If I wanted to do another one off of here, like if I made a folding plane here, okay, that's my new folding plane. Where would I go to find the distance? Where's two views away?
The front.
Front, right? So one view away, two views away. So I'd use that distance. So I always like to connect things. That way it's easy to measure. I'll take that. I'm just going to do it the old school way. Dividers, right? Something like that, right? Measure like my wife does. So there, that's how they find those points there. And let's connect those lines. So say we had them so now I'll connect those lines. Another color. We're always going to connect in alphabetical order. I'm setting up all the points on our assignments. You can connect them in alphabetical order. So here, it's just a straight line for all three, right? So that's an edge view. We're looking at this plane from its edge. There's those planes. Any questions? Make sense? All right. So here's your practice for today. You have 11 sets to do. They all start out pretty easy. Those dots are pretty big. How can I adjust the size of those dots? Of the points? If I region RE, it'll reset them a little bit. If I go over here to utilities, to point style, right now they're 5% of the screen size. So I made that like 3. They're a little bit smaller. So what OSNAP goes to those? Node. So if I draw a line right now, it's not going to go to it. Come down here, right click, turn on node. You're going to have to do that every day because these computers are set to turn off node and go back to just the basics. Every time you start AutoCAD. Every time you start AutoCAD, you have to reset that. I'm going to go from here, down to there, over. Oh. And I'm going to change my layers. I'm going to use my, you could make a new construction layer if you wanted to, or just leave it objects. So I've got that. Now, how do I get that distance over there?
This way?
Same thing I did on the board. I want to take this distance, put it over there.
Can you mesh trace over it?
I could draw a line, rotate it. I could draw a circle, right? I could circle, here to here to here, like that. I could mirror it, and that would work on this one. But if I was doing another one, it wouldn't. And I couldn't just mirror it across that corner because then B would be up here, right? Instead of down here. So I could draw my line with a minor line. But that only works in this. Once I start in auxiliary views, I can't do any of that. I can still draw circles. That's an easier way. There's a real easy way to do it.
Offset.
Offset. Remember our friend offset? I'm going to do offset. What's it asking?
Specify distance.
My distance. Do I know the distance? Can I pick the distance? Yeah. I'm going to pick there and there. Now I'll just pick that line over there somewhere. Enter dv out, enter dv in, there to there, that line there. Make sure you offset the folding line. Now I can just take this and copy that to there and to there, that from there to there, to there. Copy that from there, there, to there. And get rid of all this crap. Okay? So offset, copy some stuff. Now draw a line between them. A to B, A to B, A to B. Okay?
Then,
Questions? Yep.
so after we get all our lines, we can erase the rest of the code.
Yep.
Okay.
If you want to keep it, you could just put on another layer.
Oh, okay. Then I-
So you can go to layers. You can make one called construction. You can make that layer like a real light color or something. I don't care. Questions? So you do that. I'll do another one, pretty much like it. You guys have questions? Questions over there? Just pay attention.
I'm just trying to, I did the down logging.
The what?
For the movement.
Oh, well, let's do that later. Pay attention to this. Yeah.
So what was that, node you turn on?
Node. So go to the O snaps down here. Am I showing you guys my screen? No.
I'm almost done.
All right.
Oh.
So down right here, this one. Right click on it. Turn on node. Yeah, if I forget to show you my screen, tell me so I can do it so you can see it on your screen nicely, not have to look all the way up here. So then there'll be this one, kind of like it, one like that, kind of like we just did. Another one like that with both 4 points. Another one with 5 points. 6 points. 3 points. Again. But now you're going to find what happens over here. 3 points. 4 points. 6 points. And 6 points. Notice on these two, the top view is the same, but the front view is different. So watch what happens when you make the other views. Both of those, all those points are on one plane. Yep.
You want us to label all the points?
Yep.
Even though like the front, you want us to put that FD and FE?
For the practice, you don't have to, but you can practice doing that if you want to. That's pretty easy, right?
Yeah.
Or just take this one, copy it, move it down a little bit. I have to use uppercase, lowercase or symbols, uppercase or letters. So do that and then copy it. Pretty easy, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to get in the habit of it, it's fine. Questions? Anyone question? And that's it for today. So do these 11.
It's done.
We'll come back next week
We got like 4 things to do.
and we'll do 3D objects and visibility. So in your book, look at visibility for next week. That's going to be the main new thing, because once we start adding 3D, then you've got fronts and backs of things. So what's in the front, what's in the back? We'll talk about that next week and start doing some basic objects.
You know, that was
Any questions? All right, I'll unlock you, and you have as long as you want to do this stuff. When you're done, you can go, or you can read next week's stuff.